Today, we are charting the absolutely incredible evolution of Tableau. This is the story of how a tool born in a university computer lab grew into an AI powerhouse that doesn't just show you data anymore, it actually acts on it. It's a journey that completely changed how we see and understand information itself.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. We'll kick things off at Stanford, right where the core problem was first cracked. Then, we'll see how Tableau's secret sauce, a technology called VisQuel, sparked a full-blown revolution in self-service analytics. After that, we'll dive into the massive Salesforce acquisition, explore the current pivot to AI-driven insights, and finally, we'll look ahead to the really wild stuff, a future of truly autonomous or agentic analytics.
All right, so our story doesn't begin in some flashy corporate boardroom. Nope, it starts at Stanford University, back in the late 90s. And the problem they were trying to solve was simple, but man, was it profound. There was basically this giant wall between analyzing your data and actually seeing what it meant visually. This quote from the original research just nails the problem, right? You'd run a query in one program, wait for it, export the data, then have to import it into a totally separate program just to make a simple chart. It created this huge bottleneck that completely killed what they called the flow of analysis. I mean, trying to test ideas quickly? Forget about it.
So, the big breakthrough, the solution to this whole mess, was a brand new language they invented called VisQL. You can think of it like a universal translator. It takes simple, intuitive things like you dragging and dropping a field, and in real time, it translates that action into the complex database query needed to get the data. The result? The chart on your screen becomes a live, breathing, interactive window into your database. It was a total game changer.
Now here's a fascinating little piece of trivia. Some of the funding for this PhD project, which was called Polaris, actually came from a U.S. Department of Energy program that was focused on, get this, simulating nuclear weapons. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. That high-stakes environment demanded absolute, rock-solid data integrity and super high-performance visuals. And that philosophy got baked right into Tableau's DNA from day one.
So, let's look at how this amazing academic project grew into something so much bigger. I mean, it didn't just stay in the lab. It went on to ignite a revolution that took data analysis out of the hands of a few PhDs and database admins and gave it to, well, pretty much everyone.
And this is what created a whole new category that we now call self-service analytics. For the very first time, the people who actually understood the business, the marketing managers, the sales leads, the folks in operations, they could finally answer their own questions right on the spot without having to write a single line of code or wait in line for the IT department to help them. And the product just evolved so quickly to make this a reality. You had features like Show Me, which was like having a data viz expert built right in, and interactive dashboards that let you pull all your different views onto one screen. This all led up to a super successful IPO in 2013, and they even got the perfect stock ticker, DATA. You gotta love that.
So as you can imagine, this kind of incredible growth and this cult-like user base, well, it didn't go unnoticed. It led to a massive watershed moment that would redefine not just Tableau's future, but the entire business intelligence industry.
And here's the number. In 2019, Salesforce announced it was buying Tableau for a mind-boggling $15.7 billion. Now, to put that into perspective, at the time, this was the biggest acquisition Salesforce had ever made. It was a massive signal that data analytics wasn't some niche tool anymore. It was the absolute heart of the modern business.
The strategy here was actually kind of brilliant. Salesforce had the world's richest data on customer relationships, and Tableau had the world's best tool for seeing and understanding data. The big goal was to fuse them together, to create this complete customer 360 view so that companies could finally understand every single touchpoint with their customers across sales, marketing, and service.
But let's be real, merging two giants like this is never easy. While the potential was obvious, the integration definitely had some friction. There was a major workforce reduction at Salesforce in 2023 that hit the Tableau teams, and some of the longtime customers started to worry that Tableau might lose its data-agnostic soul by getting woven so tightly into the Salesforce ecosystem.
Okay, so that whole saga sets the stage for where we are today, in the modern era. The focus isn't just on building beautiful dashboards that you have to go and pull information from. The whole paradigm is flipping. Now it's about AI pushing the most critical insights directly to you, right where you work.
And the key innovation making this happen is Tableau Pulse. So forget about having to open a dashboard every morning to see what's going on. Pulse is designed to be more like a news feed for your most important business metrics.
It uses generative AI to automatically find trends, spot weird anomalies, and, this is the best part, explain why something changed, all in plain, simple English.
This is a really fundamental shift in how we interact with data. Think of it this way. Traditional dashboards were like building a car that you had to drive yourself. Tableau Pulse is like having a GPS that proactively warns you about traffic up ahead, suggests a better route, and tells you why it's faster. It's a move from passive reporting to truly proactive intelligence.
So where does it all go from here? I mean, if Tableau Pulse is the proactive co-pilot, what's the next logical step? Well, it's moving towards a future that is truly autonomous, or what the industry is starting to call agentic.
Yeah, we're moving from a world where we, the humans, have to think of every single question to ask, to a world where AI agents can understand a high-level goal, figure out a complex plan to get there, and then just go and execute that plan on their own.
A core piece of tech that makes this autonomous future possible is something called zero copy. It basically means the new Tableau Next platform can analyze data live, right where it lives, without the lag of having to copy or move it first. It's kind of like a self-driving car having a real-time, zero-latency connection to every other car and traffic light on the road. It's that fast.
But of course, this huge pivot to AI isn't happening in a vacuum. The business intelligence market is incredibly competitive. Tableau's main rival is Microsoft's Power BI, which, thanks to its super deep integration with Office and Azure, actually holds a larger slice of the market right now.
And the stakes for winning this AI race? They are absolutely enormous. Salesforce is betting big that this whole agentic, data-driven strategy is going to be a massive engine for growth. They're projecting it will push the company's total revenue beyond $60 billion by fiscal year 2030.
And all this leaves us with a really provocative thought for the future. You know, for the last 25 years, the whole goal was just to get answers from our data faster. But in this new world of agentic analytics, where the AI can find the answers for us, maybe the most valuable skill won't be in finding answers, but in the quality, the creativity, and the sheer audacity of the questions we dare to ask it in the first place.